The story of Black Cauldren. It's honestly relatively straightforward in some ways. You have a princess who needs some hero or whatever, and this evil sort of king that's trying to use this cauldron, this black cauldron. It was supposed to be some magical object to create an army of the undead or something like that. Um, and you get the group of people together who adventure along to try and stop him. There's a magic sword and all this. And, of course, the hero of the story comes from humble origins, a little farmer, and you have this pig that can see the future when it looks into water. um, yeah, a fairly straightforward story. Um, the story has its pros and its cons because it feels kind of like things keep happening to distract from the story, and it doesn't really go anywhere real fast. Um, and sometimes it goes somewhere like way too fast. Like, at least for me, it did. Like, all the characters that would form the group that's going to try and stop this evil skeleton like king come together. There's barely any character development. I don't even remember what the princess's name is, if she's even a princess. I don't think they even confirm if she actually is a princess. Um, yeah, I don't know. This movie has a very roughly done story. It also like took like something that should have been fleshed out over a couple of movies and just rammed it together into one and hoped, it hoped that it worked. um, so animation. This movie is very dark compared to most Disney movies. Um, like it's kind of like they were trying to find like sort of a darky edge type thing, trying to be edgy or whatever. But animation is not the best, but it's also not the worst. I mean, I've seen worse. We all have. Uh, and sometimes the animation's like whoa, this is like awesome looking. Like the villain's main design, like that looks cool. When those skeletons start rising up, that's awesome. The Black Cauldron itself looks ominous. And as for the characters, I mean, they were forgettable, but I at least remember what they look like. The sword looks pretty cool. The magic sword that the guy, the hero, gets, or you know, uh, I'm still trying to figure out what that little furry thing was supposed to be that's falling around. That's supposed to be the comedic relief. A cross between a koala bear and Stitch, maybe. Maybe that's where the inspiration for Stitch came from. Only let's make him actually cute, adorable, and funny instead of that thing from the Black Cauldron. Oh no, that he annoyed me so much in this movie. Like, he had such a weird, annoying voice. I don't know what they told that voice actor to go for there, but I didn't like the performance. Uh, I've started talking about voice actor performances before it got into the characters section. Crap. No, uh, I like the animation enough. For the time period, it's pretty good. Or there's some points where I was like, you could have done that better. Character animations are good. Background animations are pretty good. You know, and they know how to set the mood for the scene and stuff like that. Minus the ending, which I'm not going to spoil. Oh. So, since I already started into characters, let's go into characters. The characters aren't terrible, except for the furry thing. uh, they're just not well written. Uh, they're mostly forgettable. The villain's demise at the end of this is terrible, and I think they introduced him way too early. Way too early. He should have been halfway through the film. We caught like maybe a tiny glimpse of like his horns or something, and just been like, "Whoa, what is this thing?" And instead, they just show him full body and everything, just walking casually, and it's like, yeah, he looks cool, but uh, that's it. That's all he did was look cool throughout the whole movie. Never actually does anything other than the Black Cauldren supposedly being evil or something. I mean, what was the motivation to stop him? I can't remember any of the characters' motivations in this, except for Farm Boy wanting to be a hero and the pig wanting to see stuff in water, and the furry thing just wanted to try and be funny and fail at it. The bard, I guess you could call him, the old guy, is just like, I'll just go along for the ride, I suppose. I don't have a lot of years left. And the princess, oh my, I can't remember any character trait about her. Yeah, this movie was not written well for the characters. They should have they should have gone back and rewrote the script or something, because this movie has great animation, but terrible story and character. It feels like it was rushed out the door, which I don't know how long this was in development, but if this was in development for a few years or something, no wonder you guys got your butts kicked by a certain Land Before Time, an American Tale. This was just terrible for what was coming out at the time in comparison. Uh, when did this come out? Hold on a second. 1985. What were you competing with at the time? Oh yes, let's trust Wikipedia. Because I know the Black Cauldron was supposed to be a financial flop. Okay, that deserves a review. Bigfoot and the Muscle Machine. I'm gonna have to watch that and review it because that just looks terrible. Where's the Black Cauldron? It's not on this list. You're not even on the list. Wow. So, yeah, there's that. uh, Apparently Wikipedia forgot about this movie. That's what I hope to do in the next couple days. Uh, is there anything else to talk about? No. I guess we go on to the review, to the rating. So, what's it gonna get? Black Cauldren has great animation. And the animators knew how to use that to create a dark and foreboding atmosphere for a dark atmosphere. But it fails on every other account in my opinion. The characters are not memorable. The story feels rushed. The villain never does anything. He doesn't really feel like a villain. And by the end of the film, as I said earlier in this review, I was left wondering what the motivation to stop him even was. It had potential to be a great film. I'll give it that. If the writers of the script for it and storyboarders or whatever had put as much effort into it as the animation department did, who actually animated this movie, it could have been a perfect movie. But they didn't. In my opinion, they didn't anyway. And if this was their A game at the time, man, that's terrible. It's basically animated. The animation department, the actual animators and stuff, gave this much effort, and the writing and script staff and all of that gave no effort. I know this movie has a cult following, and I can understand why. But for me, it's just not good. It's not a good movie. In fact, it is a 2.5 thumbs up out of 5. It is average at best. It could have been better, and it should have been better. Because this, just glancing at this and reading, summaries and stuff of it, it sounded like a great story for a great animated film. But it's bogged down by bland, boring characters, a story that doesn't really feel like it's going anywhere, and a villain who is almost never present except for when he is, and he doesn't do anything when he's present, and they never really establish an actual definitive reason, in my opinion, why these characters should be teaming up together to try and stop him. If you want to watch it, I'm sure you can find it somewhere. I have it on VHS. Yes, those old things, which is what I watched it on. But other than that, this is just a miss for me. It's average. It's better than a lot of stuff, but I'm certainly not going to call it a revolutionary movie that was misunderstood in its time. No, it got whatever criticisms or stuff it got at the time. It was well deserved. Now, one more thing I wanted to say before I end this review is, with Disney and its love of remaking movies now into live action, I feel The Black Cauldren deserves a remake as a live action film. it could be incredible as a remake in a live action film. Stop doing your big hits because they were perfect the first time and you're never going to recapture that perfectness as you haven't, in my opinion. But the Black Cauldron, I feel, could be a great Disney live action remake. So, if you like this movie, good for you. I'm not gonna tell you you're scum or have lower intelligence or something just because you like this movie. I didn't. I think it's average, and a lot of it annoys me because it does look like some people actually put effort into it. Uh, so this turned into a rant. I'm sorry, it wasn't really a review. It was a rant. I'm gonna stop now. If you liked the video, thanks for watching. If you want to subscribe, do if you want. And don't forget to give yourselves a big thumbs up. Bye.